you all are fine and well at your places. This is story time. So today I am going to narrate a beautiful story of Sri Ganesha.
The drum beats grew louder, the dancing rose to a frenzy, the chanting became intense as they moved closer to the sea. Amidst the hundred of people, there were giant idols, 10 or 20 feet tall, each one of the much-loved Ganesha. Elephant heads were towering above them all. Chants of Ganpati Bappa Moria, Agle baras tu jaldi aa, Ganpati Bappa Moria, Agle baras tu jaldi aa, filled every ear. Oh dear Lord Ganesha, they sang. Come back to us sooner next year. Celebrations were in full swing for Lord Ganesha's birthday. It was the festival of Ganesh Chaturthi, a most enjoyable, fun-filled day. Handsome, huge statues of Ganesha are carried out to sea with fanfare and offered to the rolling waves with ardent prayer and gentle care. So we bid fond farewell to Ganesha and ask for his everlasting favor, praying for his return the next year to bless us for every endeavor. गणपति बप्पा मोरया, अगले बरस तू जल्दी आ. गणपति बप्पा मोरया, अगले बरस तू जल्दी आ. After the day's festivities ended, as Amma put Klaka and Kiki to bed. Amma, tell us why Ganesha has an elephant's head. Tell me now. Well, Ganesha is the son of Shiva and Parvati. The tale of his elephant head is interesting, so listen carefully. Shiva and Parvati lived in the Himalayas, a lofty snow-capped mountain chain on a divine peak called Kailash, towering high above a rocky terrain. Shiva was a brilliant shade of blue dressed in tiger skin, snake at his neck, long matted hair with a crescent moon. You see, he was quite a divine maverick. He would often disappear in the wild for many days, all by himself to meditate to get away from it all, leaving Parvati behind all by herself. One day Parvati felt terribly lonely, cried to the mountains full of sorrow. How I wish I had someone to play with. Yes, I can make a playmate. She molded some sandalwood paste into arms, legs, a belly and a head. She blew life into the figure and a wonderful miracle took place. A boy with large eyes, dimpled cheeks, stood before Parvati face to face. Amma, you are not alone anymore. My son, My son. She could not believe her wonderful luck. Next morning, Shiva was still away and Parvati was going for a bath. She told the boy to guard the door. Let no one in, just block their path. After that, Shiva came to meet Parvati, and the boy stopped him. Stop there! No one enters till my mother says so. Do you know who I am? Child, this is my home. Open the door. I don't care who you are. I am obeying my mother, so go away. Little brat, I am not in mood for child's play. It was beneath Shiva's dignity to fight a mere boy, so he sent his pet bull Nandi and his ganas off to confront the boy. They went. But the ganas were no match for this fearless little fighter. The brave boy defeated them all, though he was smaller and lighter. Next, Shiva sent to Brahma to tame the boy, but as soon as the old goat appeared, the naughty boy jumped at him and pulled hard at his mustache and beard. No, you little boy, no. Yes, yes. Leave. Now Shiva had head off. Time for a face-off. He cut the boy's head in rage. No! No! What you did with my boy. From her forehead sprang goddess Kali. Together they vowed to avenge the child. Like tornadoes, they rampaged the earth, destroying everything in their anger so wild. In desperation, the mighty Shiva pleaded, Oh Parvati, stopped. Oh Parvati, stop, I beg of you. Heaven and earth will be ripped apart if you and Kali thus continue. Parvati glared at Shiva. You killed my son. This is your fault. If you now want to save the earth, undo your sin and my rage will halt. I will search for his head far and near. I will not take rest until my mistake is undone. Shiva set off to find the missing head. The strong doe had flung it far away. He searched all over with no success and finally collapsed in deep dismay. An elephant roaming nearby saw him and asked, Why do you look so sad? I beheaded my own child. I beheaded my own child in anger. I did something terribly bad. I am old and my life is nearly done. Please take my head for your child and bring his life back. His eyes swelling up with tears. Oh wise one, I thank you. Without your selfless sacrifice, I would not have known what to do. With the elephant's head in his arms, Shiva raced home, no time to spare. He placed the head on the child's body as Parvati held him with loving care. Slowly the boy opened his eyes. Hugging him, Parvati cried, "My little one, my little one, my baby. Please forgive me my foolishness. I love you, for you are also my son. Since you are so brave a god, I shall now proclaim you are the leader of my Ganas, and Ganesha is your new name. May you be as wise as you are brave, helping people in tasks old and new. May all the people who pray to Ganesha be successful and happy in whatever they do." So, Klaka, that is how Ganesha's head came about because of Shiva's mistake, and also why people pray to Ganesha before any new venture they undertake. Naughty Ganesha is a loving friend, kind, wise, he is good listener too. A clever mouse he keeps for a pet, and he loves to eat a laddu or two. So, this was the story of Ganeshas. Hope you have enjoyed this story. Thank you so much.